Season 2 of The Walking Dead Dead City is here, and this time the story takes things to a whole new level of complexity and drama. From the return of beloved characters like Maggie and Negan to the introduction of a new version of Lucille, this season is filled with shocking moments and major shifts in character dynamics, especially between Maggie and Herschel. But does this season still manage to keep the thrill alive? In this video, we'll dive into all the details of the new season, the characters, and the evolving storyline. Join us as we step into the new world of Dead City. Hey everyone! Welcome to the Stars of the World, where we bring you the best stories and cinematic breakdowns. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Before diving into Season 2, let's take a quick moment to remember the pivotal events from Season 1 of The Walking Dead, Dead City. Season 1 set the stage for a dark and twisted journey, bringing Maggie and Negan to a post-apocalyptic Manhattan, a place overrun by the undead and ravaged by lawlessness. The season revolves around Maggie's quest to rescue her kidnapped son, Herschel, while navigating a world that has been radically reshaped by the collapse of civilization. This was not just a story of survival, it was a confrontation between past demons, present dangers, and the relentless pursuit of redemption. Let's break down the key moments that shaped Season 1.
We need to go.
You don't know us, we don't know you.
The setting: a fallen New York City. From the very beginning, we're thrust into a Manhattan that is both haunting and beautiful. It's a crumbling city, cut off from the mainland and left to rot. The landscape is unrecognizable, with towering buildings slowly being reclaimed by nature. It's an eerie backdrop where the dead walk among the living, and every corner holds both danger and unexpected beauty. This setting allows the show to carve out its own unique identity within the Walking Dead franchise while still maintaining that familiar sense of dread and chaos. Maggie Green, a new chapter for Glenn's widow. Lauren Cohan returns as Maggie Green, and this season marks a significant evolution for her character. After the events of The Walking Dead, Maggie has become a leader in her own right. Now in charge of a community of survivors known as the Bricks, which relocated from Virginia, Maggie is hardened by grief yet driven by love for her son, Herschel. She is not the same person we saw in the earlier seasons of The Walking Dead. She is a mother, a leader, and someone who is willing to risk everything to save the one person who represents the last connection to her late husband, Glenn. Negan's redemption journey. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's portrayal of Negan takes a complex turn. Having left the Commonwealth with his pregnant wife, Negan is far removed from his days as the sadistic leader of the Saviors. However, his relationship with Maggie is far from resolved. There's still palpable tension between them, yet both find themselves in a situation where they have no choice but to rely on each other. His character's arc in Season 1 is one of redemption, but it's a redemption that's tainted by his past actions, especially the brutal murder of Glenn, Maggie's husband. Seeing Negan and Maggie reluctantly working together is one of the emotional core conflicts of the season, and it's one of the reasons fans of The Walking Dead are so invested in this spin-off. The Croat, a new villain. Enter Jelko Ivanek as the Croat, a sadistic and ruthless former member of the Saviors who has kidnapped Maggie's son, Herschel. The Croat is no ordinary antagonist. He is deeply intertwined with Negan's past, having a history with the Saviors. His motivations seem murky at first, but as the season progresses, we learn more about his cruelty and the power he holds over his followers, the Barazzi brothers. The Croat's sadism and manipulation make him a formidable foe, and his relationship with Negan is one of cat and mouse, with a personal vendetta simmering under the surface. Key character developments: Pearlie Armstrong, Gaius Charles, a marshal working for the New Babylon Federation. Pearlie is tasked with hunting down Negan. His moral compass is tested throughout the season as he struggles with his duty and the nuances of the world he inhabits. Pearlie becomes an important character in the search for Herschel, and his growing disillusionment with the Federation's methods adds a layer of complexity to his role. Ginny, Mahina Napoleon, a young girl in Negan's care. Ginny's tragic backstory plays a crucial role in understanding Negan's motivations. She is selectively mute following the traumatic death of her father, who was one of the men Negan killed in the past. Her connection to Negan, who was responsible for her father's death, adds an emotional depth to the series and shows a different side of Negan, one that is paternal and protective. The tribespeople, this nomadic group of survivors, led by Tommaso and Amaya, presents another layer of complexity to the world of Dead City. These characters add depth to the narrative as they interact with Maggie, Negan, and the Barazi. Their interactions provide some of the most intense moments of the season as they are caught in the middle of the conflict between the Barazi and the Bricks. Notable moments and plot points. 1. The kidnapping of Herschel. The emotional driving force of the season is Maggie's quest to rescue her son, Herschel, who is taken by the Croat. This sets the stage for the entire series, fueling the actions of Maggie and Negan. Herschel's kidnapping is not just a plot device, it's a poignant reminder of the stakes of this world. Family is everything. 2. Maggie's struggle. Throughout the season, Maggie grapples with the ghosts of her past, especially when it comes to Negan. She is faced with difficult decisions that test her leadership, her trust in others, and her willingness to forgive. This struggle gives the show emotional weight, especially for fans of The Walking Dead who have followed Maggie's journey since the early days. 3. Negan's moral conflict. While Negan seeks redemption, it's clear that he is still haunted by his past. His attempts to show Maggie and others that he is a changed man are met with resistance, but he proves himself in small ways throughout the season. His actions are a constant reminder that in the post-apocalyptic world, survival sometimes requires moral compromise. Season 1 of The Walking Dead Dead City isn't just a story of survival in a brutal world. It's about characters coming to terms with their past, dealing with their personal demons, and forming unexpected alliances. Maggie and Negan's dynamic is at the heart of the show, and while they are united by a common goal, their differing pasts create constant tension. With the introduction of new characters like the Croat and Pearlie Armstrong, as well as the looming threat of the Barazi, Season 1 sets up what will undoubtedly be an intense continuation in Season 2.
You want to tell me where the hell we're going?
Manhattan.
Jesus Christ.
Season 2 of Dead City will feature 8 episodes and will run from May 4th to June 22nd, 2025. The show picks up where Season 1 left off, with Maggie and Negan having a tense but necessary alliance as they battle their way through the chaos of New York City. But this time, we get to see new conflicts emerge, deeper character arcs, and a glimpse at the fallout of their actions. The Dead City universe is expanding, and we're about to see even darker sides of our characters. Here's a closer look at each episode in Season 2.
I guess you're in for a bit of a shock.
Episode 1, Power Equals Power, May 4th. Director, Michael E. Satrazemis. Writer, Eli Jorn. The season kicks off with the tension rising as Maggie and Negan face off with new threats in the city. The conflict of power dynamics becomes a central theme, with Negan's famous quote, "Power equals power." Things get physical, and Maggie has to grapple with her emotions toward Negan while navigating the complex relationships with other survivors. A shocking scene reveals a Lucille 2.0 replica used to deadly effect. Episode 2, Another Shit Lesson, May 11th. Director, Michael E. Satrazemis. Writer, Zoe Vitale. As Maggie and Negan continue to work together, they run into trouble with a gang leader named Bruegel, played by Kim Coates from Sons of Anarchy. He's as tough as they come, and his harsh declaration, "I dare any mainlander to set foot on this island," spells disaster for Maggie. Tensions rise as they try to deal with this new threat, and we dive deeper into Maggie's psychological toll. Episode 3, Why Did the Mainlanders Cross the River? May 18th. Director, Ed Ornelas. Writer, Brenna Kuff. The journey takes a more personal turn as Maggie's son, Herschel, struggles with his relationship with his mother. The two try to reconnect, but the trauma they both carry complicates matters. Meanwhile, Negan finds himself caught between different factions in New York City. A new enemy emerges, leading to an epic showdown. Episode 4. Feisty Friendly, May 25th. Director: Lauren Cohan. Writer: Keith Statkevich. A much-needed breather, but the calm is short-lived. Maggie's and Negan's uneasy truce faces further strain as they try to build alliances with other survivors, only to be confronted by their past mistakes. Tension reaches a boiling point as Negan grapples with his need for redemption while Maggie faces the trauma of her losses. Episode 5. The Bird Always Knows, June 1st. Director: Ed Ornelas. Writer: Sarah Nolan. A pivotal episode where Maggie and Negan's relationship is put to the test. The true nature of their alliance is questioned as the episode explores deeper moral quandaries. Maggie has to make some hard decisions about trust, while Negan's past actions come back to haunt him. Episode 6. Bridge partners are hard to come by these days, June 8th. Director: Lauren Cohan. Writer: Eli Jorn. The survivors' fate hinges on new alliances, but as tensions grow, New Babylon becomes a looming threat. The episode focuses heavily on Maggie's strained relationship with Herschel and her difficult position as a mother. As she struggles with how to protect her son, she's forced to confront some hard truths about the people around her. Episode 7. Novi Dan, Novi Postak, June 15th. Director: Michael E. Satrazemis. Writer: Eli Jorn. A new beginning, or is it? In this episode, Maggie and Negan face yet another threat that forces them to reconsider their strategy. The stakes have never been higher, and their trust in each other is pushed to its limits. The episode promises more action and, of course, more shocking twists. Episode 8. If History Were a Conflagration, June 22nd. Director: Michael E. Satrazemis. Writer: Eli Jorn. The season finale is one for the books. With all the various factions and personal struggles coming to a head, this episode explores the consequences of Maggie and Negan's actions. The power struggle that has been building throughout the season culminates in an epic and explosive finale that will leave fans begging for more. In addition to our returning favorites, Kim Coates, as Bruegel, brings a new level of flair and danger to the show, while Keir Gilchrist, Dasha Polanco, Jake Weary, and Puya Mohseni join the cast with pivotal roles that will affect the story in unexpected ways. Jelko Ivanek and Lisa Emery return as the Croat and the Dama, with Gaius Charles also making a return as Pearlie Armstrong. Season 2 takes a much deeper dive into the ethical issues surrounding survival, colonization, and control. The Walking Dead, Dead City shines in its exploration of these themes, using the backdrop of post-apocalyptic New York to tackle real-world political issues. The season also delves into the parent-child relationship, with a focus on Maggie and Herschel, highlighting the psychological trauma they both struggle with. Negan's path toward redemption continues, but his dark past will never be too far behind. Whether or not Negan can truly change his ways remains to be seen, but for now, his actions continue to blur the line between good and evil. Season 2 of The Walking Dead, Dead City is set to be even more intense, thrilling, and emotionally charged than the first. With its high stakes, complex character dynamics, and exploration of deeper political and personal themes, it promises to be a season you won't want to miss. As Maggie and Negan continue their dangerous journey through the apocalypse, the tension between them and the new enemies they face will keep you on the edge of your seat. Make sure to tune in on May 4th, 2025, for the premiere of Season 2 of The Walking Dead, Dead City, and stay with us for more breakdowns, reviews, and updates on everything happening in the world of The Walking Dead. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts on the upcoming season. See you next time.